Hello, TJ Tennant, the Tyre guy here. Wanted to talk to you today about choices and belief in yourself. About 20 years ago, I was living in this one-bedroom efficiency apartment, no utilities. I didn't own anything. All my material possessions had been taken from me. And in the wintertime, to heat that apartment, I actually had to run hot water in the shower. And it was kind of funny because all my neighbors, especially the guys, would go, "Hey man, what, you got a bunch of women in there? The windows are always fogged up." And I was really embarrassed, so I would respond, "Well, you know how I do it." I was too embarrassed to tell them where I was financially, mentally, socially. Sometimes I would sit on the floor, lean back against the bed, and I'd write in a diary. And it wasn't really a diary, it was one of those notepads that you get from the hotel, because I worked as a night auditor in a hotel, and there would be a water stain on that page, and that water stain was from me sitting there crying. Sometimes there would only be one sentence or just a blank page while I was staring off into space, and that sentence would be, "God, why is this happening to me?" Back then, I was working 3 jobs, 18 to 22 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year for 7 years. I was starving to death because the only food I ate was the food that I stole from the Hilton Hotel as a night auditor, and if I didn't steal enough food to eat on those 2 days that I was off, I didn't eat. So this is where my life story gets kind of weird. I'm sitting there and something weird happens, and I don't know if this really happened or not. It could have happened because I was starving to death and I was probably delirious. But this rat comes into the house, a big rat, and he says, "Hey, how you's doing?" And the first thing I think to myself, first, why can this rat talk? And secondly, why does he have an Italian accent? And I said to the rat, "What are you doing in my house, and how come you can talk?" He said, "Oh, just came in to get a little something to eat, paisan." And I said, "Man, you picked the wrong house. There's nothing in here to eat. I don't even have anything to eat." He says, "Well, I'll see you later." Bada boom, bada bing, boom, he's out. That's when I had an epiphany. And I thought, wow, I'm sitting here saying I don't have anything to eat, and this rat doesn't have anything to eat, but he's fat and happy. I'm saying nobody will give me a shot because they don't like me. You know what? You gotta love your freaking self before anybody else can. So, in my bathroom, I had a styrofoam cup with $1.16 in pennies, nickels, and dimes. This was all the money I had on the face of the planet. And I decided to contemplate this whole thing over a 99-cent taco at Taco Bell. So I'm walking down the street with the styrofoam cup in my hand, and I pass by an electronics store, and there's a weatherman on, and he says, "It's going to be a mostly sunny day today, folks." And I stop in my tracks, and I look over, and I think to myself, wow, what a cool thing to say. So from now on, when someone asks me how I'm doing, I'm going to say mostly sunny, because it'll remind me of where I was that day. And here's the biggest thing. I said when, not if. When I get back on top, it'll remind me of where I was and what I went through to get there and keep me humble. So, today, wow, TJ Tennant is a totally different guy. Mentally, physically, family, socially, you name it. But it's all because I decided to believe in who I was. I've got friends all over the place, and I get calls all the time. "Hey man, I'm going through a divorce. Hey man, I'm having some financial difficulty." When I have bad luck, I truly believe that it's en route to something freaking awesome that's getting ready to happen. And the worse the luck, the more awesome the repercussions are going to be. And I'm telling you, you have to train yourself to do a couple of things to change your life. First, you gotta smile. There are proven health reasons for smiling. So practice smiling, especially when you meet people for the first time. Number 2, you've got to believe that you will succeed in whatever it is you want to do. Failure is only the stair-step learning process to getting to where you want to be. And also, the last one, the biggest one, number 3, is that you are going to have people that are going to doubt you. You're going to have people that are not going to believe in you. They're not going to believe in you because they don't want you to succeed. They're going to not believe in you because maybe they've had some failure and they don't want you to feel that pain. That's usually family members. Or some of them just don't have any faith in themselves. So, one more thing I want to ask you to do is tell someone or something you love it today. Anything. It could be a plant, it could be an animal, it could be a person, something. Hey, I love you. And I want you to notice how differently you feel inside once you do that. That's my tip for today. This is TJ Tennant, the Tyre Guy. Peace and love, everyone, all day.